The Central Club.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Central Club. This episode is brought to you by the Kinnill Coffee Shop and Sage Precision Hair Care. We got a great guest lined up for you today. I am so excited to get this conversation up and rolling, but I must give this person an introduction first. This man is Cardiff born, Cardiff bred, but has set trends and broken down barriers over the pond and locally. He specialises in brand identity, and I knew this person for other reasons, but to see him as a face and to say hello, I knew this person and I did not know that he was the name behind the brand. And now I know it's him, it's humbled me even more, and it's just a pleasure to meet this guy. Ibby Tarafdar, what's going on, my friend?
Yo, what's up, man? Yo, I'm so glad to be here, man, because, you know, when you guys first spoke about this, you know, I thought you were rushing it a bit, you know what I mean? But then now we're here, and everything that you guys have done, man, all the episodes, I'm really proud of you guys, man. You guys have like bonded together. Originally I was a bit like, I don't know if these guys are gonna make it work, man. 3 guys, you know, new to all this. How's it gonna flow? But I was really impressed, man, and that's why I'm ready. I'm here, and I'm ready to chop it up with you guys, man.
That means so much, man. Honestly,
It's good to have you on.
Yeah,
it's
a pleasure, bro.
Nice.
It is. It's I don't know how we want to go about this, but I really want to start from the beginning with you, because I think you are an enigma in yourself. You kind of talk in riddles in ways, and I love that. I really do. But a lot of people probably don't even know what you do, and credit needs to be shown, and people need to hear your story, because I think it's mega inspirational. Obviously, thank you for what you just said about us. That means a lot, because we did try and rush him in.
Thank you so much.
Especially with Tom knowing you and stuff. And I thought, get Ibby in. So the fact that you've even showed your time for us means a lot from where you've come from. So
I think number 6 is perfect for you, man. Number
yeah,
6
man. It's crazy, because it's like I said to you guys, and I want to be the 6th guest, and it just happened to be the fucking 6th day fucking of the 6th month. You know what I'm saying? So that shit's crazy. And what's crazier, Mayweather's fighting tonight. You know what I'm saying? That's just crazy.
You staying up for it? You're gonna be watching.
The energy's here, man. You know what I mean? Like it's just crazy. It's just, that's mad, isn't it? Like the way that happened. Like
mad, isn't it?
for those,
it's like.
Are you watching the fight then tonight?
I don't know.
Okay.
Man. Hold on. Yo, you gotta cut that shit out. Of course I'm watching the fight, bro.
Okay.
Of course I'm watching the. Huh?
Why don't you want to say it?
No. Of course I'm watching the fight.
No.
It's because
I'm confused.
now you know what? You know what happened? Originally, I thought the fight was gonna be on Saturday night.
everyone thought
most
that.
of the fights are Saturday night. So I thought, I need to be fresh for the podcast, so I'm gonna have to miss the Floyd fight.
Oh, well, thank you so much.
I was ready to miss the Floyd fight so I can be fresh for the podcast.
Yeah,
but now I found out that I do the podcast and get to watch the fight.
That's
you know what I'm
brilliant.
saying? So it's a win-win.
I want to say then, for those people who are thinking, Mayweather fan, well, we will dive into that. And trust me, it's worth the wait, I think. Obviously, Ibby, very talented person when it comes to brand design. Work with some big people, very big people. So let's just start from the beginning then, Ibs. So, Cardiff born, Cardiff bred. What school did you go to?
I went to Gabalfa, man. Gabalfa Primary School. You know about that?
Nah, I was thinking I was at high school when you said Gabalfa.
No. I went to Gabalfa Primary School, and then I went to Catay's High School. The reason I said Gabalfa is because there were like 2 different lives I lived in it. Because when I was in Gabalfa Primary School, I was just surrounded by all white people. You know what I mean? I was like the only brown person in the class. So racism for me was from nursery to like year 6. Racism was just normal. Like, you know what I mean? I didn't look at it as racism, but when I look back now, I'm like, geez, like kids used to come up to me and touch my face and be like, you're brown, like what colours?
There's no filter as a kid though, you know when you're passing an age of like, consciousness at like, I don't know, 11, 12, and you know things, fair enough. But I really think, Ib, when you're that age, different is
But really, when
alien.
you think about it, the parents should be
100%. I totally agree.
It goes a step further, man. It's down.
Deep. It is deep.
The parents is ignorance, man.
Yeah, it's down to the parents, because even when my parents used to come to pick me up from school, all the other parents would be like, "Rah, like, what are they even wearing?" Do you know? Do you know what I'm saying? Like
the parents.
As a kid, you're just like, you just see everything, but you can't figure it out. You don't know what it is. Do you know what I mean? All you know is that eyes are on you.
Yeah,
you know
you feel it. You feel it.
Yeah, you feel it, man.
So why did you go to Cabalfa? Why are you from Riverside then?
No. I grew up in Cabalfa originally. That's where I used to live. Like,
I thought you lived Riverside. I thought it's because you live by here now. That's why, obviously.
In a council flat, man. So we used to live in Cabalfa. Like a little,
in the Libstep flats, or
no. Just they weren't like a block of flats. They were just like ground flats in it. So yeah, I used to live in Cabalfa, man, and that's where obviously the council gave us a house and that there. When I look back, it was, if you really want to go into my childhood, like, I had like no food in the house. My mum used to go to other people's houses to feed me, bruv. Do you know what I mean? Like when I was younger. So it's mad, because all I remember is going with my mum to all these council places to try get a house, to try get benefits, all these things. You know what I mean? But as a kid, you're the oldest, so you're just like going along with your mum to all these places. And so I went to Cabalfa Primary School. Like I said, racism was just normal, And then when I went to Catay's High School, because I was originally meant to go to Whitchurch High School.
From Cabalfa.
From Cabalfa. And all of my friends at the time from Cabalfa were going to Whitchurch. So I was like, yo, I want to be with my friends. So when my mum was like, yo, we're moving houses, we're moving closer to Catay's, so, you're going to go Catay's High School. I was obviously heartbroken, innit? I was like, oh, shit, man, you know what I mean? But then I went to Catay's, bruv, and the school was mixed. I was like, yo, you hardly see white people. So it was the reverse, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So for me, I just felt like kind of comfortable, I had that comfort zone, like, oh, shit, there's different people here, do you know what I mean? So going to Catay's really was like, I'm glad I had those two sides, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Did you find it like, I don't know how to explain it, but obviously Fitzallen Catay's. I remember when we were at Cantonian and we used to fight the Fitzallen boys, and they'd be like, "You racist boys" and all that, but we weren't, because it was mixed as well. But Catay's is very like Fitzallen.
Yeah.
Obviously, you growing up in that white school, being racially abused, going into that, then you're in your zone. Did you think, fuck these white people, or was it more like you had both sides of the story and you understood it?
Yeah, I had both sides, you know what I'm saying? I had both sides, but obviously there was kids that went to like, like an all brown, like Mount Stewart, and that they went to a mixed school, so they had that whole like, if you're white, you know what I'm saying? They got beef going on, but me, I seen both sides because of Cabalfa, so yeah, it was, I learned a lot, man, from that experience.
That's crazy, yeah.
As you were going through school, you were younger, you were dealing with that sort of stuff at the time. How was your home life? Well, how was things there, and how,
I don't really want to get too deep into my home life, but my home life was messed up, man. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, when I was like, at one point, I was like an only child before my brothers and sisters were born. I was the first. So I experienced all the abuse, the crazy stuff in the house, because I'm first generation Bangladeshi. So that means like my dad come from Bangladesh, you know what I'm saying? And my mum, she's from the UK, but she's still a bit cultured, you know what I mean? But
Bengali as well?
Yeah. So my dad come from Bangladesh, and obviously he brings a certain mindset with him, the cultural differences. So growing up, like, he wanted me to be this religious guy, and he was really set on, this is my oldest son, this guy's gonna be like the guy that's gonna make it Islamically, you know what I mean? So he really wanted to push that sort of route. My mum, on the other hand, like, when I look back, I'm like, damn, man, like, she was really trying to, she just wanted me to go to school and just be a normal guy, you know what I mean? So they were always having that sort of, what should we do with the oldest child? You know what I mean? But me, I always felt like I was caught between these two worlds. So there was a lot of crazy stuff going on in my house, man. Like, a lot. I don't want to get too deep into it, but there was a lot of crazy stuff, man, like I seen and experienced.
No, it's not. Thank you for sharing as well.
Yeah,
Honestly, that helped you build your character then?
Bruv, that's just my, like, primary high school life, all the way up until my teens, late teens, till I was probably about 20. That's when I probably escaped all of my, these issues that I was having. But up until you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the first, bro. I'm the oldest. So everything that I'm
first, you experience it first.
I'm the first experiencing. All my brothers and that, they had it easier than me. I had it hard, bro, because my parents were like, he can't go there. We don't know what's going to happen to him. This is bad. So they thought they were protecting me, but they were really like...
suppressing.
Yeah, man, really keeping me
Did you have any other jobs growing up? Did you have to, obviously you said it was like hard times growing up. So when your brothers came, was you bringing bread home for the family, or was it like more just...
Nah, my dad was bringing the bread home, man. But... I don't know how much more we're going to talk about the childhood because,
it's cool.
I've got...
Yeah, no, it's cool. I'm trying to find how you got into graphics, basically.
Bruv.
Was you into graphics from a young age?
Actually, it's that, and how has Ibby become Ibby? Because obviously your childhood is so important when how you're raised and how that develops the fire inside you. That adds to that. So that's why we wanted to ask you.
Yeah. I think Tom hit the nail on the head there, because when I was in high school, at the end of high school, I had a crazy experience in my life that kind of, when I look back, I learned so much from that incident or that period in my life. Really just, I felt like it defined me, it really made me Ibby. That was the moment. And this is the first time I'm going to say this.
Let's elaborate on this.
Bro, this is the first time, So it was 2008 and I was in the middle of sixth form. I was doing like I was doing A-levels in like art, math, science, something like that. And my family life, my relationship with my dad, it wasn't the best. And one day I come home and I got abducted, man.
What?
Yo, I got bro. I come home,
What?
and I had some family members in the house.
Yeah.
They took my phone. This was before smartphones. This is no smartphones. This was
Nokia
like Sony Ericsson, like flip phone type shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I come home, and I had family members there, and they were like, "Yo, come here." They took my phone. They took my clothes. They took me. They put me in the car. And they said, "You're coming with us." I was like, obviously, there was a lot. I was like, as a kid, you're just like, what the fuck is going on? Do you know what I mean? All crazy stuff is going on.
2008. How old are you at the time?
This was 2008. I was 17, man. I was doing my A-levels.
You were wise enough to know really what was going on.
Yeah, but I was in that position where I was just figuring out my shit. I was just figuring out who the hell I was. I was figuring out my shit. Do you know what I mean? My social circle was looking good. Life was looking like I'm about to, you know what I'm saying? Like I understand who I am. And then all of a sudden this happened. And I got moved to a different city. I'm not going to say which city. I got moved to a different city. No phone, nothing.
In the UK?
In the UK. But I was pretty much like nothing was on me. So imagine, I was there, I was there for like 6 months, I was there. And I remember when I was taken, I was like, this is the only thing in my mind. From the moment I was in the car, I need to get the fuck back. Bro, from the moment I was taken, in my mind, I was like, I need to get the fuck back, bruv. Because my life was just started to come together. Do you know what I'm saying? And I got taken away, bruv. And then I had my relatives. They told me, "Yo, you're going to live here now. This is going to be your new life." No phone, no nothing. Do you know what I'm saying? Everything is, we pick you up, we take you there. And they put me into a boarding school, bro. And this boarding school, it was like a prison. It was like a fucking prison.
What's a boarding school?
I don't want to go into too much detail about the school and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just keeping it broad so you can kind of...
Just private, innit? Like a private blog.
What was the reason?
I'll tell you guys like off camera, you know what I'm saying?
Of course,
I'll tell you in detail.
It's a deep one, yeah.
But the reason is they took me because I was beefing with my dad and things were getting a bit violent in the house. So they took me, man. And... basically, I had to figure out how the fuck I can get back to Cardiff. And as a 17-year-old with no phone, no technology, you're in a city that you don't even know. At that point, I never even caught a train. Do you get me? I never even went to a coach station. So imagine, I'm completely in the wild, man. Do you know what I mean?
Know coordinations, where's north, where's...
Don't even know, man. Do you know what I mean? So I tried a few attempts to escape. Yeah, I'm not gonna get into details. Yeah, I attempted to escape a few times. I got caught, and crazy stuff happened. But at the same time, every time I got caught, I was like, I gotta try again. Do you know what I'm saying? Even though they were like, yo, your life's on the line. Yeah. They were like, yo, listen, you do something like that, we're gonna chop your fingers off. Do you know what I'm saying? As a kid,
carry on.
As a kid, you're just
so what was it, like a family feud, or like between, like what was like joining?
Bruv, it was just family, man. They were just trying. They thought they were doing,
They
doing
thought
good.
Bigger picture. They thought you was doing you good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They thought remove this guy from the situation in his household because we don't
always
know,
work like that.
Yeah, we don't know what's gonna happen to him. So they removed me, and then I attempted to escape, and then I managed to escape, bro. And what I learned from that whole experience, like I had to raise money. I had to make new friends. I had to find myself around a new city. You know what I'm saying? Like I had to do all these things, bro, at 17 in a different place before smartphones. Do you get me? And I figured it out, man. And I got back to Cardiff, and I was basically homeless. Ibby was homeless, bruv. I was homeless for like 3 months, yeah? And then I met a friend and he told me, oh, you can come live in my house with me. So I was living in my friend's house and I was on benefits at the same time. And I was just like, this was in the middle of the summer holiday. So school hadn't started, So, so at that time, I also met Jade. I also met my girlfriend, 2008.
Wow.
So she was with me, bruv, when I come back from that crazy experience and I met this girl. It's almost like...
She's been from you from day one then.
Bruv, day one, bruv, 2008. Yeah, man's had no money. Do you know what I'm saying? I had no money, no nothing. Do you get me? I didn't even have a house.
There's no murky waters there to think, is she with me with anything?
Nah.
She was there from
she was
number
there,
one.
man. Like, you know what I mean? So for me, it was like an angel dropped out the sky type of shit. You know what I mean? And yeah, man, from there, it was 2008. And I somehow managed to get my old phone number back, and I had a relative call me and they were like, oh my God, your mum's like, she thought you'd fucking died or some shit. Do you know what I'm saying? Because they don't know
communication.
Yeah, they don't know what happened to their son, bruv. Do you know what I mean? They're like...
Did they call the police or,
Nah, they were too scared because they were all scared of the whole situation that happened. How do you even
Not just that,
say that to the
government and that as well. Some people don't trust government and that and stuff like that. Especially, like you said, your father coming from Bangladesh. You was their first son.
Yeah.
Don't go here. We don't know how this will happen. I can imagine... Well, I can't imagine the situation.
Yeah,
but
they were probably praying, weren't they? Like,
yeah, and the mad thing is, man, that whole situation, bruv, I was pissed. Do you get me? I was pissed. I was like, you know what? Because during that time, all of my family, they were like, you're just going to be a bum. You're just going to be like a drug dealer on the street. You listen to so much hip hop. You're going to be like these people. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know.
So they had this like sort of image of me. Like they were trying to say, that's going to be your future. But I knew deep inside, I was like, they don't know me. Do you get me? So when I got out of that situation, that fire inside of me was burning, bruv. I was like, yo, you know what? I'm going to show these guys. I'm going to go to uni. I'm going to graduate. And I'm going to take that certificate and put it in their face. I'm going to knock on the door and be like, ha ha. Do you know what I'm saying?
Give you that fire,
Yo,
bro.
trust me, I was burning, man. But by the time I finished uni, I had evolved. You know what I'm saying? I was above that. Do you know what I mean? I finished and I was like, you know what, man? These guys, they done something because they thought it was the right thing to do. They didn't really think from other perspectives. I let them off, you know what I mean?
I was about to say that, if you forgive them, because obviously, it was not tough love, but, it's that they don't know any better and they think they're God, and you see it with parents now, My mum wouldn't let me go camping as a kid, but look what happened to me. But, it's just like tying people down, it don't help sometimes.
And you know what, man? I see a lot of, first generation Bangladeshi Asian kids, they trapped, man, by their parents. You know what I'm saying? They really don't get to live their true life because their parents have trapped them. You know what I mean? And it's like, I wish I could help everybody. You know what I mean? Like I see kids that I grew up with, I went to mosque with, and when I look into their eyes, man, I'm just like, you know what I'm saying? You're still the same guy I seen like 10 years ago, 11 years ago, and I feel sorry for you in a way. You know what I mean? And they look at me as like...
Some people are happy with that, but I bet there is a lot of people out there who deserve to be set free and they don't get shown that picture.
There's also the good side, some of them, they end up living a good, happy life, you know what I mean? Which is good for them. But I always think that you should be given the options. You know what I'm saying? The option should be open. If your kid wants to go do this, do that.
It's like you're putting them in a box and they can't get out of the box. Then,
they can't get out, man. Do you know what I mean? And then
what's have you got any advice for anyone watching that's in that boat right now?
Yo, if you feel something deep inside your heart, if you feel it, if you're like, yo, I want to do this, just do it. You know what I'm saying? Because too many people, when they talk to me, they're like, oh, I can't do this, man. I can't leave my parents. I mean, what do you mean you can't, bro? I can sense it. You really want to, so just go do it. Because you're just going to die anyway. Yeah, do you know what I'm saying?
True.
So it's just about like really listening to your intuition, that voice inside you. I listened to that voice my whole life. Do you know what I'm saying? Bro. I listened to that voice, bro. Even through everything I went through, that voice saved me. You know what I mean?
That's so true, bro.
Of course.
100%. Even like when I started up a business, like there was just something screaming to me, you need to do this, you know? You need to take that step. You know, there's people around you saying, don't do this, don't do that, don't make that decision. But they're just offloading their insecurities onto you. Do you know what I mean? It's like everyone's so insecure about, everyone's got insecurities in it, but everybody's like constantly trying to offload their doubts. Bruv, like I know what I'm capable of. Human beings, as individuals and as a collective, we need to know what we're capable of, and you've shown a clear thing that you. Do you know what I'm saying? It's amazing.
Man. It's crazy. Like when you think about that, and then you think about where the fuck I went after that. So I just wanted to graduate.
Did you go to uni? Doing graphics then?
Yeah. So back to like
what was the
design.
Where did you get the eye for design? Like, is it from the childhood?
Obviously when I was in primary school, I couldn't speak English, because English is not my first language. So a lot of the times I was in the class and I'm just observing everything because I had to observe, I had to use my eyes more than my mouth. Do you know what I'm saying? Because I couldn't talk. So I think I started to develop like this whole looking at things and putting things together visually, and then reading. I was always reading, like I was always ahead of other kids, I was advanced at reading, you know what I mean? So it all goes back to communication, you know what I mean? Like graphic design is art and literature, you know what I mean? So it's both of them together. That's what graphic communication is. And it's something that I've excelled at since I was in primary school. I've always been good at it. And then obviously I went and done a BTEC in graphic design. I had like triple distinction. I was like, this shit easy. It was so easy for me, Give me some colors, give me some shapes. I can just and it looked good, you know what I'm saying? And it was just a natural thing for me. So I went to uni, I graduated, and I was set free, man.
So from that situation then, where you've gone from, I knew I had the eye for design, what's inspired you to nurture that to the point where you've got to now? What's inspired your eye? Do you know what I'm trying to say? Because anybody can start something and do something, but like, what things inspire your eye, and how did you really take it to the next level? Like what was the process there?
That's mad, because I can't really define the step-by-step process. But what I can say is that I traveled a lot, you know what I'm saying? So all of my inspirations are from America, you know what I'm saying? Like all the athletes, the musicians, that's who I looked up to. And just even like, this is the mad thing, man. Traveling to America and I would just go into a shop and it's like, I don't even know where to start, man. This is a deep question. Because I don't even know where it comes from.
Take your time, bro.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
take your time.
I don't even know where it comes from. But all I remember is I would go to certain shops and certain places in America, and then I would ask the people that work in those cafes, in those shops, give me your top 5 cafes in New York. And they would write me a list. I'd be like, give me your top 5 shops that you shop at. They would write me a list. So this was no Instagram algorithm shit. Yeah. It was no like hashtag find this nice place. It was straight from the people, you know what I'm saying? So I learned from the people, I knew that, if I love coffee. So if I go into a nice little cafe, the guy that make the coffee most likely will know a little bit about design, you know what I mean? Because they're like common interests. So I just kept following these like leads that people would send me through. And then next thing you know, I'm in a completely different shop that I'm like, yo, this shit look different,
That's
man.
mad,
Do you know what I'm saying?
mad.
I'd be in environments where even New Yorkers didn't know about. Some people that live in New York, they'll be like, yo, how you know about this place? I'd be like, I was resourceful, do you get me? Because my eye for detail and finding things that were different, it was just part of me, you know what I mean? I can't really explain it. It was just the way I questioned everything, and I stumbled across these things, man.
So
Do
the
you know what I mean?
traveling as a young age, being kidnapped and then finding your way home, has basically led you to traveling above the over the pond,
Yeah.
and finding these places to go. This is kind of how you got your foot in your door with the people you worked with. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah. Like, that's when it comes to design, you know, because my design eye is different. You know what I'm saying? There's levels to design. Like Tom said, people see the image, they see the exterior, so they see my studio or they see certain things that I've got, and they think that they can just recreate it. Do you know what I'm saying? But they can't recreate it, because you need the knowledge that I gained from going out there on my own. I would catch flights to New York, LA on my own, bruv, with no itinerary. I ain't got friends to meet up there. I ain't got shit to do. I just got to figure my shit out once I'm there. Do you know what I mean?
I love that.
And that's how I met a lot of people, met a lot of friends, and that's how I stumbled across all these design
How would you
things.
fund yourself going over?
Oh, yeah, so that's the other side.
Is it
So-
borrowed money, is it? And
so there's been many situations. So there's been times where I've borrowed money from friends, and I had good friends, man. They like friends that just believe in me. Like, I would always tell my friends, like, yo, I have this idea, yeah, but I have to go to Vegas, you know, and I think if I go to Vegas, I can make it work. You know what I'm saying? I can make it work, man.
some people don't just say, I'm
Yo,
going to go to Vegas.
No,
like,
but
and-
they believe me, because they seen the success I was having, like, small scale. They were like, oh, you know what? I'd be like, yo, man, I need like £500. I need £1,000, you know. Friends would lend me that, man. I'd come back with more money. I'd pay them back. And obviously I built that trust. But I think you were saying...
This is mad, like, no, go on.
Yeah. And then obviously I've only had one job my whole life, and that's like that's Starbucks. I've only worked in Starbucks my whole life. Since I was in college, I've been in Starbucks for almost 11 years, bro. Almost 11 years since I was in college till now. I do 2 days a week. So the money I make...
still do that.
Yeah.
Standard job.
I was in Starbucks this morning
That
working.
keeps you grounded then,
Do you know what I'm
obviously.
saying?
Of what
Why
you're doing.
Starbucks? Like, what made you work there?
This is good, because he's taken it back to, you know, when I was in college, like I said, I looked up to America, bruv. Do you get me? The USA, man. And Starbucks, it goes back down
Seattle.
to branding. It goes back down to branding. I remember I was walking through town, and I seen this drink, yeah? And I was like, what the fuck's that drink, man? It's a Frappuccino, right? It had the green straw, the green Starbucks logo, and it just looked different, you know what I'm saying? And this was when Starbucks was just like, it just entered the UK. It wasn't like the Starbucks it is today, where everybody's got Frappuccinos. Do you know what I mean? So it goes back to my eye for design. Like, I knew that this drink, it was different.
City.
Yeah, it was different, man. And then obviously... I started to go there to do my college work. So I was sitting in Starbucks. I felt like, bruv, back then, yeah, listen to the Ibby I was back then, yeah. I was wearing Beats. I had the MacBook. I had the Frappuccino. I had the Louis Vuitton belt. You know what I'm saying? I had the Jordans. I felt like I'm the guy, you know what I'm saying? Because back then, this was before Instagram, bruv. Nobody had this shit. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, nobody had this shit. I was on Beats before Beats were Beats, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I was on it before it. But then I grew out of it. I started to question these things. Like, after the image value, do you know what I'm saying? Like, what's next? Do you get me? So these trends, they started to become more popular after, you know what I mean? So, yeah, Starbucks is, again, it kind of ties in with what I do, brand identity. And they're such a strong brand.
They have an iconic logo as well,
yeah,
don't
they're iconic, man. Starbucks is iconic. So, obviously... it's just mad how everything in my life sort of connects.
Yeah. So why is design so important to you then?
Bro, everything is designed, you know, like this is designed, this cup is designed, like the clothes you're wearing, this conversation is designed. Like, design is all around you. So that means design affects your everyday life. Every object, item, interaction that you interact with is like, it affects you, bro. It affects you. So this is why good design it should be considered. Like, people should think about their everyday situation, you know what I mean? Because it does affect you mentally, you know what I'm saying? So for me, being a designer, it's like, I was doing graphics in college, and at the same time, I was reading like so many books on psychology and the human mind. And I realized how much psychology and design go hand in hand. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what gave me the edge.
Well, what is it about psychology that was really interesting you? What was provoking you to read psychology?
I just wanted to know, like, basically, yeah, like, design is for people, you know what I'm saying? So when you're designing, you need to understand how people's minds work, you know what I'm saying? So I was just curious about the mind, like, okay, because I was changing, my mind was changing, and I wanted to know, why is my mind changing? Do you get me? Why is it I used to like these things? Why is it now that I like these things?
Yeah.
Why is it some people, they just don't change? You know what I'm saying? I was questioning all these things. I was just questioning it. So then I started to buy books on, like, the mind, how it works. I bought this one book. It was called Our Aging Brain. So it just talks about the aging process of your brain, like how it changes and develops through time. And yeah, that's the reason why I got into psychology, man. Do you get me? It's just an interest.
What would you say from reading? Because obviously I know you're a reader, innit? Like, we talk about reading a lot. In that period of what you read, what was the one thing that stood out for you the most out of the books that you read, out of those specific type of books?
There's this one book I read called Flow, and that's basically how I live my life, man. I flow, like, everything is a flow. I take everything in my stride.
Is that like flow state?
Yeah, like, you know, these things, they're like trendy now, innit? Like flow state, that sounds like a hashtag or something, do you know what I'm saying? But back then, yeah, if you had to know, these guys were writing books since like the 1970s and 60s, like in-depth studies on the mind, you know what I'm saying? Because flow is something that's in every aspect of your life, like when you drink the water, or when you eat the food, or
the oceans,
you're with your girl, or
the wind.
Yeah, flow is everywhere, man.
Explain it just briefly, because just so we can really catch a drift, because I know what it means. You've obviously heard the flow state, but there's people out there who haven't heard of that, man. So if you could just summarize
flow is when everything just seems right, man. You know what I'm saying? You're eating your food, and you
flowing
feel like,
down.
you feel like everything about this meal, down to the cutlery, is nice. You know what I'm saying? That's flow state. Sometimes you could be going for a walk down the park, and the air just feels so nice all of a sudden, because you're in flow state, man. Do you know what I'm saying? You're one with the air. You're flowing. Do you know what I mean? But people don't know how to figure out how to get into those states of flow. Do you know what I'm saying?
I'll tell you one person.
I'll
tell you one person who was in flow state. Nick.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
You met Nick.
Yeah.
You went on walks with him, and he was very zen and chilled about stuff.
Yeah.
But
it's like, how do you... the flow state is like sort of, how do you get to a state of mind where, like, for example, when you're really concentrated on something, but it's not too stressful, but it's not boring either. It's just the moment. That is exactly what flow state is. Yeah, complete balance in a situation or a moment. And people have written books on how to be able to achieve that state, and that's why that book is so interesting.
Wow.
Flow.
Okay, then. So you're reading these books. You're kind of on a roll, come out of university.
Yeah.
What was your kind of first break with design? What was your first piece of work where you thought, okay, this is me. This is a career of mine.
Yeah, like,
and I'm good.
I was working in Starbucks, and at the same time, I was trying to convince, people of Cardiff that, you need to get a new logo, you need to change your menu, you need to... But people weren't having it, man. They were like, this guy's yapping too much, you know what I mean? But it goes back to America, because I was so inspired by the States. I was trying to bring that vision to this small city down here, and they were like, they didn't get it, you know what I mean? So they kind of like, I was getting ignored all the time. And then I had a friend who got me this job to do a logo for a restaurant. And that was the first time that I was able to brand. I remember the lady took me to the restaurant, and it was empty. It was just empty. And she was just explaining her vision to me. And bruv, the logo I designed for that restaurant here, I don't even know, like, it just hit her vision so accurately, yeah? it just made me realize like the place was empty, but I could see what was in her mind just by the way she was talking to me. Do you know what I mean? Like that's a mad skill, man. Like I was literally thinking from her side. So that's how I got you could say my first local break, you know, because that was the first time people could see like my logo, the menus. It was mad because I remember, you know, people going into a restaurant using my menu that I designed. And again, psychology is involved. So I'm seeing if they go into the right sections that I boxed out and use the right typefaces.
So could you walk into a place, say, right, I'm opening a restaurant, we're calling it so-and-so.
Yeah.
Could you just walk into that place and get a feel to get that design? Or did you need a list of things?
Nah, man, I can feel it. Like I'm a really feely person, you know what I mean? Especially at this point in my life now, I've got the experience as well, do you know what I mean? So I could really like, I could have a conversation right now and I've already done the work in my mind. Yeah, it's mad. Before it'd be like loads of sketches, you know.
I need ideas, I need inspiration.
Now it just comes like that. So yeah, that was my first local break, and then obviously if you want to move into the bigger stuff, you know. That's
obviously you a lot of people who do know of you, they always want to talk about the work you've done over America. How did you? Is this when you're saying you went overseas, you was over America all the time, Vegas? Is this how you met your break over America? Do you want to dive into that for us, please? Because I'm itching to find out.
Yeah. Obviously, there's so much content on me out there about this whole story. I'm thinking like, how in depth do you want me to get? Like, do you feel like it's
I want it as you want to go.
Yeah, I want the story to be how you had it in your head. Like, as you look back at it, this is how I got into it. I had this funk, do you know?
Also, as well, what I think would be interesting, because you're right, people can go and find it, you know, the BBC feature documentary you did. I think, to be honest, what people want to see is like, because there's people out there who want to achieve these things. So they need steps, bro. They need steps on how to,
step by step,
step by step.
They need a system.
Yeah.
That's what you need to do, man.
That's crazy, man. Yeah, it's mad because I'm the type of person, I go out of my comfort zone and I find the steps. I always expect other people to be like, bruv, the information is out there. It's up to you to go out there and go get it. Do you know what I mean? But nah, people are not like that. They need it spoon-fed to them. You know what I'm saying? They need it spoon-fed,
Everyone's different when it comes to learning. You have visual learners, you have, you know what I'm saying?
This guy's right, man. Like, he's right. And that's one thing that I did start to learn later on. I was like, yo, everybody learn in a different way, you know what I mean? So some people, you need to tell them directly. Some people are going to listen to this and be like, oh, now I got it.
You have lateral thinkers and then you have linear thinkers, and linear thinkers work step by step, and lateral think around. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So yeah, I'll take it back, man. I'll give you the step by step, you know, the condensed version.
I'm ready.
But so it all started with. It started from a genuine place. Yeah, I love Floyd Mayweather. Looked up to him, and he was a big role model. He still is. You know, he's in my top 2 role models. So I was always growing up. I was like, I wish I could meet this guy. You know what I mean? But he's never had a fight in the UK. And then in 2016, he announced, yo, I'm going to take it back, bro. Fucking hell. I'm going to give you a story that's going to be like, fucking hell. Okay, so listen. 2015 it was, Floyd Mayweather just had his last fight, professionally, his last fight against this guy called Andre Berto, in 2015. And at the end of 2015, he announced that he's going to be doing a UK tour. It's going to be his first UK tour. I was like, and Cardiff was on the list.
Wow, that's rare.
I was like, Cardiff is on the list. I was like, Mayweather is coming to Cardiff. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I was like, this is my opportunity to meet him. So it was at the back of my mind. I was like, okay, when he comes to Cardiff, I'm going to meet him. The date was like March 2016. So we're at the end of 2015 right now, September 2015. I'm looking for a place here for my girlfriend's birthday. I'm looking for a place to go to. So I'm like, it's my girlfriend's birthday. I want to take her abroad. I want to take her somewhere nice. And I was deciding between this part of Italy, Positano, and somewhere in Greece. I met this guy on a bus stop here, and I told him, yo, where should I go? Like, he's from Italy. And he's like, yeah, you should definitely go to Positano. You know, it's so beautiful, yada, yada, yada. Bruv.
It's his place.
Yo, listen. So 2015, September, I go to Positano, this little, like, nice place in Italy. And I'm sitting, like, I think it was the second day, I'm just sitting by the coast, by the water. I'm waiting for a boat. We're waiting for like a boat taxi. And I see this black dude walk past, yeah, and he's dark, like, do you know what I'm saying? There's no black people there. Everybody is white. But he's walking, yeah, with a Gucci backpack on, yeah, with a girl. And I'm like, in my mind, it just, something clicked. I was like, that guy looks so familiar. And then I'm like, as he walked past, he looked at me and he gave me a heads up, like, oh, you're the only brown person here. I'm the only brown. Do you know what I'm saying? He gave me a heads up. He walked past and it just clicked. Berto! That's the last guy Floyd had a fight with, like literally like 2 weeks before. Yeah, 2 weeks before Floyd had a fight with him, yeah? And then he's in Italy with his girlfriend because he got that Floyd money now, you know what I'm saying? So he's in Italy and I'm in Italy and I just watched the fight. I literally watched his interview, yeah? And I'm like, Berto. He turned around, I'm like, shit, I just told him straight up. I was like, yo, I literally watched your interview like last week. And I told him what I liked about his interview. I just told him I really liked this part of your interview.
Oh, it means a lot for anyone.
Yeah, bruv, you know what?
It doesn't matter if you're up there or you're down there.
Yeah, I specified I really liked in the interview when you done this. And then he was like, he just really appreciated it, you know? And we took a picture and that was it. I posted on my Instagram. Cool story, yeah? Fast forward to the Mayweather thing. So I'm still on my mission to meet Floyd, yeah? So I'm trying to think of my strategy. So I find Floyd's closest, his best friend, yeah, Harlem Hot Boy. I'm just going to give you the step-by-step, give you the links as well, man. So I reached out to Harlem, yeah, and I just told him that, listen, I'm a big fan, yada, yada, yada. I really want to meet Floyd. I want to meet you guys when you guys are in Cardiff. Is there anything you can do? And then he just said, I appreciate you. That's all he said. I appreciate you. I was like, what? I give him a paragraph and he just replies with, I appreciate you. But then he liked a few of my pictures and he liked that picture of me and Andre Berto in Italy. And then that kind of verified me because that showed him that, oh, this guy's an actual, like, he likes boxing, you know what I'm saying? That verified me. When I look back, I'm like, oh shit, that verified me, man. And then the Cardiff date got cancelled. It got cancelled. So I was like, oh shit, I was on the high. Now I'm like, shit, what am I going to...
saying something?
Yeah, what am I going to do now, man? But the next date was in London and the tickets were like £500. I was like, fuck that, I ain't got money like that. Do you know what I mean? So I reached out to Harlem and said, I explained the situation. Cardiff got cancelled. I was truthful, bruv. I think that's what worked for me. I was truthful. I didn't lie. I was just being truthful. I was literally like, hey, I'm a big fan, but I ain't got money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he replied to me saying, come to London, but no promises. So everything is still like, it's my first time experiencing all this. So I went to London. I turned up to the venue. I met him and he said to me, yo, come to the club with us. Bruv. He said, yeah, bruv, I don't even go clubbing. I don't even know what clubbing is.
And I was asking you to go clubbing.
And then this guy, yeah, Floyd Mayweather's best friend, is asking me, come to the club with us, yeah? And I'm with my girlfriend as well. So he's like, come to a club. I'm like, yo, what club? Obviously, that I'm just like, do you know what I mean? I'm in London, yeah. He's saying, come to a club. I'm like, what club? Do you know what I mean? So he's like, I'll message you. I'm like, well, this guy said he's going to message. Is he actually going to message me? Do you know what I mean? He messaged me like an hour later with the name of the club, yeah. Bruv, mad story, innit? I turn up to the club, yeah. And then the lady outside the club, she's like, nobody's allowed in. Floyd Mayweather's booked this whole place. You have to be on guest list. I'm like, obviously London is different. You know what I'm saying? It's a different sort of, you know, type of people there. So it was a members club, so you can't really get in unless you're a member as well. And then I'm like, I'm winging it at this point. I'm like, do I message the guy? Do I wait? I wait, yeah. Then Floyd turns up in his Rolls Royce in his tracksuit. That was the first time I seen guys rolling up in tracksuits going into clubs. You know what I'm saying? It was all new to me, bruv. Yeah. Then I see the entourage van pull up and then Harlem see us straight away. These guys are sharp, man. They see...
He caught you, did he?
Bruv, they see everything quick, man. Like, quick. He seen me and he called me and my girlfriend like that. He took us to the club. And then that was the first time I was in sort of like... That was like my first introduction to that sort of world. You know what I mean? The Mayweather world. And then that was in 2016. And then fast forward to 2017... they were coming to the UK again. So similar situation, but I built the relationship now. And
before you go, did he know you was a graphic designer then?
Nah.
No? Listen, so you was quite cool at playing it. They weren't like, yo,
No. This is the amazing thing, because this is all development for myself, bro.
Amazing.
Because at that point, yeah, when I seen the way these guys were rolling, yeah, I was mad inspired. After I left that club that night, yeah, I went back to Cardiff, yeah, I was like, bro, Ib, you need to work harder. Do you know what I'm saying? Because I seen that, yeah, I had a taste of it. I was like, I need to work harder, man. If I want to be around these guys, I need to work harder. So that year, I managed to get a lot of work done. Between 2016 and 2017, I got a lot of like good design work done. I even managed to get that logo for that Cuban boxer. So that's when I managed to do a first logo for a boxer, Olympic gold medalist.
Sorry to interrupt, I apologise. What is it about that lifestyle that really inspires you to want to be like that?
Bruv, it's the fact that I
always ask my questions.
I can't really, you're asking for me to go back and pinpoint exactly, but it was just a vibe, man. These guys were just like, they had money, yeah, but they're not putting it in your face. They're just secure within themselves. And I was like, yo, because I see people in Cardiff that got money or that ain't got money, but want to always show that they got money.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? And I was always used to, if you're rich, you got to be like rich. But then when I seen these guys, the way they roll, they're like street guys, but they're just relaxed and normal, bro.
Yeah.
They have nothing to prove. That's what kind of caught me. I was like, I want to be around these guys. They're like humble. I know, Money May is Money May.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
it's
saying?
Money Mayweather. You might think people is that's not true, but like you said, a guy wearing a tracksuit into a club.
But it's not even,
just playing your stuff down, man.
And it goes down to even the way they talk to everyday people. Do you know what I mean? It's like so humbling, man, when you see all these things. But yeah, so fast forward to 2017, I had a good amount of design work behind me. And this time when Mayweather's people come to the UK, they had brought one of their fighters, Gervonta Tank Davis. At the time, he was youngest world champion at the time. And I remember when I seen him fight, man, I was like, yo, this guy, he's got all the ingredients, you know what I'm saying? He's got the KO power, he's got the looks, he's got the charisma, he's adaptable and he's young. He's got everything to be a superstar. I was like, yo, this guy needed
the name as well.
Yeah.
Gervonta. It's that's a champion name.
Trust me. Everything goes into being a superstar. So I was like, yo, this guy needs a logo. And still, I said to Floyd's friend, I was like, yo, I want to make Tank a logo. I just said that to him. And he goes to me, where we're from, we don't talk, we just do the work. I remember when he said it to me, he was on his phone, he was on his phone, and he's like, where we're from, we don't talk, we just do the work. And he's back on his phone.
What, so you just done a logo for them, man?
So, it's the way the guy said it to me. It's the way he said it to me was like, almost like, if you want to do a logo, go do a logo then, innit?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I went back to Cardiff, I come up with, I put the work in, I created this logo, I believed in it. I was like, yo, this is sick, man. And I contacted Harlem and I was like, yo, this is the logo I made, put me in touch. He put me in touch with Tank. And then Tank was like, yo, how long did it take you to make this? When did you make this? Tank was just like, why is a guy in the UK making me a logo? He was kind of like, what? He's trying to figure me out as well, like what's going on here. And I remember he said to me at the time, he was like, can you make me 2 more logos? He asked me, can you make me 2 more? I was like, yo, do I make him 2 more or do I just... Because I really believed in that design, man. So I rang him and I was like, yo, listen, this is the logo you have to go with. And I described it to him. I was like, this is why it's going to work. And then he was like, okay, let's use it. He gave me his manager's details. And then, he just believed what I said, bruv. Because I was like, no, you need to use this. This is the one, bruv. And then obviously that logo, bruv, oh man, because obviously the logo's gone so big since then. But when I take it back, I remember his next fight, it was announced in the UK, So I was like, yo, I need Tank to wear my logo in the UK, bruv. I was like, that's going to be big. That was my vision in my mind, And I remember I got this hat made with the logo. I got it made from scratch, no template shit, straight from Vietnam factory, you know what I'm saying? So I got this hat made, Because I know these Americans, they love their hats, innit? You know what I'm saying? And they really care about the detailing, you know what I mean? It has to be sharp. So I made him this hat. I went to London, bruv, I remember, I didn't have the money to go to London for a week. I was like gonna book a hotel for a whole week. I didn't have the money, but I had a pair of Yeezys. So I sold, bruv, I sold my Yeezys. I won the first Yeezys in a raffle, and I sold them for $1.50. I sold my first Yeezys, for $1.50, which paid for my hotel in London, just so I can secure that tank project fully.
He was always looking for the next step.
Yeah, it was always like, I need to trade this to get to the next thing. Do you know what I mean? So then I took this hat. I went to London. I wanted to give the hat to Tank directly, but his manager was like, because it was fight week, he wanted to rest. So he was like, he's resting, but give me the hat and I'll take it to him. But I was like, I said to his manager, I was like, no, I want him to wear the hat tomorrow at the press conference. And obviously, when you think about it, that's asking for a lot, innit? You're asking for the superstar to wear your hat that you made for him the next day, bro. When you think back, when I think back, I'm like, that's a big ask, you
gotta do it.
Yeah, but at the time, I was so like, I believed in it so much. I was just like, nah, that's the vision, you know what I mean? It's gonna work.
Yeah.
And then the next day, bruv, he turned up to the press conference, wearing the logo on the hat, Bruv, he was wearing the logo, and he was wearing the sick Under Armour tracksuit with the logo.
It went with the tracksuit as well,
It was so sick, I remember when Floyd seen him, Floyd looked at his eyeballs, went straight to the logo, and he looked at the hat, and then he goes to him, you look like I think he said, you look like an ape. He was like, you look like an ape, but that's their whole thing, like gorillas and apes.
You look like a war machine.
Yeah, he was like, you look like, you're the business. But he didn't want to say, nice logo. But that's his way of saying nice logo. Do you know what I'm saying? And
it's all about, like you said, though, taking risk.
Taking risks, man. But that's the first time, man, it really hit me. I got Mayweather, I got Gervonta Tank Davis on the bloody stage, wearing my logo that Ibby made from Cardiff, and he's down here, sold his Yeezys to get here. I'm just like,
do they know that? If only they knew that.
Yeah, if only they knew, because people don't know all this background stuff that you got to do to make shit happen. Do you know what I mean? Like, and that was really the moment when I was like, that's when I felt like I made it, bruv. I was like, whoa, bruv, this is someone that you looked up to for so long, and then you basically got his protege, the closest thing to him. You know what I mean? It's just mad.
What was the communication like with Floyd as all this is happening?
Yeah, so what happened, my relationship with Floyd was, I've met him probably about 5 times, So, geez, I don't really explain the details in it, but you're asking me, the first time I seen him on that day when Tank was wearing the logo, Floyd's friend said to him, my boy here, he pointed to me, he's like, he made Tank logo. And Floyd was on his phone, like this, and then his friend goes, my guy made the logo for Tank. And then Floyd goes, that's all he done.
Busy.
But not just that. I remember that moment. I was like, all he done is register my face. That's all he did. All he done is register my face. And then it was just all like not a game, but he's just like, he acknowledged. That's his way of acknowledging you.
Yeah.
And then the next time I seen him, I was in Vegas. And his friend said, come skating with us. We're going skating.
Ibby on skates.
Bro, I don't even know how to skate, bro. But his friend messages me. He's like, come skating with us.
They love skating, don't they?
They love skating, man. And they're good at skating. You know what I'm saying? They flow skate when they skating, bro. Do you know what I mean?
Flow skate, man.
Skate.
Yeah.
Summer's year now. I want to get up it.
Yeah, skating is mad, man. But I turn up to the skating, and then Floyd sees me, and he come up to me. He walk up to me, and he go, you designed Tank logo.
So you knew he acknowledged it all that time. He didn't forget.
Yeah, he didn't forget. And that was months later, bruv.
Think about how sharp that man must be.
Yeah.
He must be operating on a different
probably
level.
thought, I'm gonna shock him now.
Bruv, when he done that, because
he's playing the game like you said.
And bruv, every time he acknowledges me, he always looks at Jade and he always acknowledges her,
nice.
bruv, and it's such a nice touch. You know what I'm saying? It's such a nice touch. Never
is nice.
Doesn't look her enough. Always acknowledges her. You know what I mean? So that was the second time, and then the third time, bro. This was again. I learned so much from this situation. His friend said, this was for the McGregor fight. He was doing a private session in the gym. He goes, we're on our way to the gym. We're gonna be there in an hour. I turn up to the gym, and if any of you have seen Floyd's gym, it's like outside of it. It's like, unless Floyd is there, it's empty. It's like a desert outside. I turn up, it's like a desert. Nobody, nothing is there. But his friend is like, yo, we're on our way. You know, we're going to be like an hour. I turn up, I'm waiting. And the security by Floyd's gym, he goes, what are you here for? And I'm just like, I forgot what I said at the point. He goes, no, the gym is closed. He goes, the gym is closed, go away. That's all he said to me. I was like, okay, cool. So I walked away. And then I see a Rolls Royce come in. Rolls Royce on his own, yeah, driving. And it's Floyd driving, yeah, on his own inside the Rolls Royce. He see me and Jade, and he waved at us. He waved, bruv. Bruv, he driving his car. He's driving his... he's driving his car, yeah. Yo, he driving his car, and he does that, yeah. He acknowledged us, and I'm like, soon as he done that, in my mind, I was like, he acknowledged us, so obviously we're allowed in the gym. That's what I thought in my mind, innit? So I start walking back towards the gym. And then the bodyguard, the security, he goes, he's just like, what the fuck's this guy doing? He's like, yo. And then Floyd comes out the car and he goes, hey, they're with me. They're with me. What the fuck? What the? They're with me.
That's bad.
Yo, bruv, I was like, gee. And then straight away, the security guard was like, I'm so sorry. He started respecting me. You know what I mean?
Gonna get a sack, no.
I was like, gee, yo, they don't know what's going to happen. But yeah, then next thing you know, I'm in the gym and... I seen everything, like the way Floyd trains behind the scenes.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
this is what I was going to say. What is his mindset like? And as a personal, to see him in person, because everyone portrays him to be this, well, you know,
arrogant.
Yeah.
He comes across as like a bit like arrogant.
And what you're telling me here, he's clearly not.
Yeah, no. This is just, I can just tell you just by the examples, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is straight up my examples that I've experienced, but at the same time I've watched him with other people and it's the same. He does the same with them. Do you know what I'm saying, bruv? That's just, again, excuse me, I learned from this, you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, yo, if this guy A-list, top of the top, can be like this, I need to be more like that. Do you know what I'm saying? So I kind of implemented that into the way I do things too. So yeah, the Mayweather situation kind of, you can see it kind of feeding into me the way I am as a person. You know what I mean?
Humbled, like it's humbling, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just I got nothing to prove. You know what I mean? I don't have to prove nothing. You know what I mean? As long as I'm secure within myself, that's all that matters.
I remember we had a conversation about it, myself and you, because we've had many really amazing conversations. You've inspired me so much as a person. And I remember you telling me something that you stuck with me, that you told me about Floyd Mayweather, that's like really stuck with me. It was like, you said that like, he was just so sharp and he was so aware of his surroundings all the time. Like, he knew everything that was going on constantly around him.
He knew things, My girlfriend, she got good eyes. Like, she see everything, bro. Like, you lift a finger, she seen you lift your finger. Do you know what I'm saying? But Floyd, he know you're gonna lift your finger before you lift it. Bro, that's the thing. She said to me, he's seen, like, already the way he clocks things, his eyes is different, man. That detailing.
Well, even like, his team, like you said, they clocked you. We come out of the thing, go.
Yeah, straight away.
You know, normally
man.
it's like, yo, it's me.
None
of that.
Yeah, none of that, man. Like, he remember you, and it's mad because I watched it. It just hit him, innit? Yo, I remember I was watching an interview a couple of weeks back, and one of these boxers that had a fight with Floyd said he was reacting to my blinks when we were fighting. So every time I blink, Floyd would react. Bruv, it's boxing, bruv, but he's watching you blink.
This is what Thea says,
bro.
This is what Thea was saying about what fight was he on about? I can't remember. Oh, the Pacquiao one, I think it was. And he was talking about how the mind games was just there from the get-go. And
he actually said to us that Floyd would need... There's people who have fought with Floyd and trained with him. They said...
He befriends him.
And you need two people to beat him.
Yeah.
You need two people to beat him. That's how good he is.
It's mad because the Andre Berto guy, I asked him when I was in Italy. I always wanted to ask anybody that has a fight with Floyd, how's it like fighting Floyd? Do you know what I mean? Like, how's it really like?
Yeah.
He goes, it's like trying to hit a ghost. That's what he said to me. Do you know what made it worse? He goes, I was in the best shape of my life. I really thought I could beat him. I went in there and I couldn't even hit him. And imagine how you feel. You're doing 6 months of 6 weeks or wherever of camp. You're in the best shape of your life. You come into the fight and you can't even hit this guy. He's like a ghost. How do you feel? What does that do to your confidence?
I think a lot of people do fall off after.
Yeah, I was like...
I bet Logan Paul's thinking...
Well, yeah, what do you think of this?
Yeah,
what do you think of this YouTube stuff with Logan Paul?
Listen, man. there's boxing and then this is just entertainment.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's all it is.
Enough
You can't, you know, that's all it is. You need to see it for what it is, man. Yeah. And obviously there's purists and that hate, but that's another story.
Exactly.
Obviously, you know, going from there then.
Yeah, this is just like, again,
So you were there and then you went...
Where'd you go next?
Rock Nation.
Okay, so after obviously the Tank project, that obviously gave me like an ace to play. You know what I mean? That was my ace. So everywhere I went, I had that ace with me. I could easily say to someone...
Catalog's nice.
Yeah, I could easily say to someone, oh, you know Floyd Mayweather? And then I could go straight to Gervonta Davis and I could be like, because he reps the logo so much, I'm like, I'm the one that made that logo. You know what I mean? And straight away people are like,
credibility.
Oh, you made that logo? Straight away they start to trust me. You know what 100%. I mean? So I had this... someone from Jay-Z's company, Rock Nation, reach out to me. They were like, yo, I seen your work, but more importantly, not just your work, your understanding. You understand things, you know, you can understand different industries, and also your execution when it comes to design. It's very thoughtful, but it's like you've got the clean look to it, you know? So it's someone that really understood my work. He reached out to me and he's like, I have a project for you at Rock Nation.
Wow.
And at the time, he put me in an email. We were doing all the talking, and it was looking really good. Like the guys at Rock were like, "Yeah, we want to work with you." And then they went silent all of a sudden, and I sent the dude an email, and I'm like, "Yo, what's going on with that logo?"
That's not like you, Ib.
Yo, I'm like, yo, it went silent. Yeah, I'm like, yo, no, they went silent. So I was like, yo, what's going on with this logo? Are we still working? They were like, we found somebody else for the logo, but it was, you know, thank you for your time, like very formal type shit, yeah? I was like, oh shit, what do I do? I was like trying to figure it out, right? And I thought about it from their perspective, yeah? I was like, what's gonna impress them at this moment? You know what I'm saying? What's gonna show them that I'm gonna go beyond? So what I done here, I was like, okay, they're saying that they got somebody else, right? Next few days, I put all my energy into the work here. I was like, I'm just going to do the work and I'm going to kill it off so badly that they're just going to be like, we just have to take this. I done the work and I emailed the guy back here saying that, you know, I know you decided to go in a different direction. But anyway, I was really... Truth will always... You know, bruv, that's one thing about me. The truth has always saved me, bro. There was no bullshit. It was always truth. So imagine like how much faith I have in just being you. So I done the work. I sent him a truthful email. Like, this is how I feel about the situation, but I've done the work. Let me know what you think. The guy replies with, are you free for a FaceTime? Yeah. He FaceTimed me, yeah. And he's like, yo, we love the work. We want to use it. How much you want?
Wow. Oh my God. Just switched it like that.
Yo, switched it, yeah, like that. Next thing you know, I'm in New York, yeah. And I messaged yo, trust man. You know how many times I listen? When I'm there, yeah, that's the anthem right there. Do you know what I mean?
Of course.
So I'm there in New York and I messaged the guys and they're like, yo, come to the office. And that's when I got to meet Jay-Z's cousin. I got to see the rest of the team. Listen, it's gonna be mad. Listen. This is details, man. I'm giving it all away, bro. Do you know what I'm saying?
Bro, I'm buzzing for you.
I'm so happy for you, honestly.
Yo, this the stories, man. I was at the office, yeah. I was at Rock Nation office, yeah. Jay-Z's best friend come into the office, yeah. And he starts talking about Tank.
Well, that's mad.
It's meant to be, bro.
He was the guy probably who linked you up.
Nah. He didn't even know. He didn't even know I made the logo.
Isn't it mad, old part?
Bruv, he didn't know that I made the logo, but they love boxing so much. And that weekend, Tank was fighting in New York.
What'd you say?
I didn't say
made
nothing.
the logo.
No, I just sat there, yeah. And you know what, man? This is when I look back and I'm like, I made the right moves, man, because I was very like, I was so grateful and appreciative that a guy from Cardiff is there in Broadway, yeah? And I done it on my own and I'm just taking in the moment. I was really present. I wasn't like emotional. I wasn't like jumping up and down. I was just absorbing it like, whoa, is this really happening? Because it was really happening to me, you know what I mean? Like even that day, Jay-Z's cousin gave me money. I kept it, that cash. I haven't even spent it. I've got the cash.
That means a lot, innit?
Because that was a checkpoint in my life. Do you know what I mean? So I kept it. So yeah, that's how I done the rock stuff, man.
I've seen the painting, the photo in your office as well. What is that from an album cover?
That's
a lovely
another
photo.
mad story.
Yeah, these are mad. The me and the Jay-Z connection. There's many roots to that story, man. But I want to quickly jump into like a story that I feel like a lot of people will learn from.
Yeah,
as well,
go ahead, man.
Before in 2016 or 2017, before I'd done the Tank project, I actually had a lead to do a logo for another big boxer. At the time, he was named pound for pound best fighter. He was Olympic gold medalist. I ain't going to say his name.
I think I can guess.
Don't say his name.
I won't.
But I was like, he's big, I was like, he's big. And we were in talks. I met him in London. We were talking. He was like, yo, do you know about this story?
Yeah, you told me.
Okay, cool. So I'm like, yo, he at the time when he met me, he was like sussing me out, man. He was asking me all these questions like, who'd you live with? How long you been doing this for? Is there copyright? Yada, yada, yada. I'm just like an innocent guy, just like, yeah. I'm just really excited, you know what I mean? And this guy on TV, he's like a proper God-fearing guy, you know, everything is about God and like not doing anybody wrong, you know what I mean? Bruv, I spent like a few months here doing some work for him. And like I said, everything I do, I put my energy into it, man. I put so much pure energy into it. That logo, was amazing. This was before Tank Project. It was amazing. I believed in it so much.
This was your foot in the door.
Yeah, this was going to be it, the moment, you know what I mean? And I done this logo. I sent it over to him. And he kept telling me, yo, make more, keep changing it. So I made a few more logos. I made like 3 logos that were like fire. I mean, game changers, And then he's like, yo, I can't use these because I'm on a contract with another brand, So I'm like, that's a bit, funny, right? The few months later, my man's selling the logo on a T-shirt hat,
What?
But listen, he got some Mickey Mouse designer to amend it, But when you look at it, it's
just
like...
copy. It's basically yours.
Yeah, it was shit as well. The one that they done, I don't even know how people can fuck up a design like that. Do you know what I mean? But the structure, everything, the thinking, the idea, concept, the skeleton, everything was my design. So I'm like, yo, I message him. I'm like, yo, you took my design. What the hell? And then he's just like, there was no contract between us.
He sussed you out all that time to do this.
Yeah. And I didn't know, bruv. I didn't know because I thought, because he's a God-fearing guy. Do you know what I mean? Like, he done that to me, And at that time, I had to make a decision. Because I spoke to some legal guys and they were like, yo, because we had all the email threads and all the communication. Literally, he was fucked. Everything on the communication is like...
Done.
Is like telling me, do the work, leading me on. Do you know what I'm saying? It's all there, hard evidence. You know what I'm saying? And then I had to make a decision, like whether I was going to try to sue him or do something or whether I'm just going to let it slide and learn from it. And you know what? Because I was like, I'm an up-and-coming designer. I didn't really want bad press like that. I don't want to go in like that. I just protected myself. I was like, you know what? You take it, do what you want. You know what I'm saying?
It's like a Bronx Tale, bro. You know when the Bronx Tale, he gives him the $20 and he says...
The best $20 you ever...
the best $20 you ever spent.
True.
It's true. You're never going to see him again.
But like you said, it's good for people to look at this, though, for young people up and coming with us. Music, sports, design.
Yeah.
Just be wary. Business.
Be wary, but not just that. It's how you react, man. It's how you react to those situations. That's what defines your character. That's what will take you to the next step. Because imagine, I had like a grudge against that guy. And I was just like angry. I was like, fuck that, man. Imagine everybody around you, your circle is telling you, fuck that guy, man. You should sue him. Everybody's telling you
You're
that.
going to do it.
You're going to do it. Do you know what I'm saying?
It,
but in my mind, I was like, I was always seeing the bigger picture, you know what I'm saying? Because people are so reactionary. Something happens like that, they're like, kill, kill, kill.
We're on about this with Darren.
Yeah.
We were saying this with Darren G the other day about the pressure of the people behind you.
How they influence you.
Yeah.
To murder.
Bang on, mate.
Look what he says. He says about murder, bro. He had people around him murder.
It's the pressure.
Yours is thousands of pounds worth of money, which is probably what he would have killed for.
Killed 100% in jail.
And you managed to
do.
just...
Yeah, bruv, I questioned it myself. It was me, bruv. I questioned it. Do you know what I'm saying? I was like trying to really make sense of it. You know what I mean? And obviously, like I said, back to other kids and that, they might have an experience like that, and that could be it. that could be like, you know what, I'm scared going forward. But then fast forward, what? A few months later, I managed to get the tank logo. So karma hit like a bitch, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck that shit.
That's a mad
Yo.
Listen.
I wonder if he knows.
Beyond,
Do you reckon
bro.
he knows like you've
He
done
knows,
that?
man.
Yeah, well,
He knows.
now he does.
Everyone
Now he
knows,
does.
bro.
Now he does, yeah.
Everyone knows, but you know what?
You know who you are.
But also, thank you as well. Do you know what I'm
100%.
saying? Thank you too, man.
Because
Do you know
you've
what I mean?
opened that door for me.
Yeah.
Listen, to us, you're successful. To a lot of people, you are. But to you, yeah, what makes a man successful? And define success to us, please, for everyone.
Wow, that's a mad, deep question, man. Because, you know, like, I feel like I'm a person, that's fulfilled all my fantasies. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, imagine when you're young, you have dreams and you have a vision. This is what you want. Imagine you've achieved all that, Before I'm 30, I've achieved it. So I got to that point and I was like, what next? Do you know what I'm saying? Because I thought maybe it would have taken me my whole life to get through all that, you know what I'm saying? But I managed to do it so quickly. So for me, success is, yo, man, I don't really have an answer for what success is, you know what I mean? Success is...
Do you know, do you mind if I help you a little bit?
Yeah, help me out, man, help me out.
I see success as like, it's such a broad scale. It's like a spectrum. Everybody's
Coming
life.
out with stuff clean, like, you know, not having doing what you've done, but not having guilty conscience or dirt on your name.
It's being able to go through all types of adversity, any situation, and come out with it, learn the lesson, and then not only learn the lesson, but use it to get to the next step.
Yeah.
That's what I see success as.
And then pass it on.
100%.
And then pass it on.
I'll slap you to that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah, man, you're right. Like, when I think about success, it's like I don't even use that word no more. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not even in my mind no more because I'm beyond success.
Surpassed.
Do you know what I'm saying? I'm surpassed it. And that was like when I got to that point. But a lot of people, that's one thing that I don't do, man. I don't use too many labels, you know. I flow through life, you know, whatever you want to do to it and call it success, label it this, label it that.
You're living it by that book.
Yeah, that's cool. But I'm just flowing through my life. And if you want to, you know, there's many types of success.
It's mad how, you know, like everything just flowed, and then even just meeting you, our conversations and stuff, and you've just been such an...
Bro.
Like...
And then meeting you and me seeing you.
Yeah.
Everything's mad.
Me and Ibby met, we had an amazing... even how we met and the story, like of how I met you and then you did the logo for me. Do you get me? Like, that was just such an amazing story. Like,
yeah, that story is like... I'll just go through that story real quick. So we met at this talk we were doing in Butte Town. And I remember after the talk, I never met this guy, never heard of this guy ever. He come up to me and he's like, oh, I really want you to, you know, make my logo for me. I have this...
Straight to the point, Tom. I know what you're like.
Listen, he was a different Tom back then too, you know what I'm saying? He was way more like, rah, do you get me? And I was just like, yo... I don't know if he was like the real deal or if he was just like chatting shit. Do you know what I mean?
He had no idea.
I didn't know what was going on. And then when he said like, it's called Sage, and then he showed me like a logo he's got of like a sage flower, I was like, this shit crap,
That's what
man.
it was.
I was like, what the I was just like, yo, if that's what he thinks design is, I ain't working with this guy,
Sage flower.
That's what it was. It was a sage leaf with sage in a circle. And
yo, can you believe Sage was that, bro?
Commercially.
I can't believe it.
Dead.
Ibby,
That
thank
is
you.
Dead.
Thank you. I don't see that on St. Fagans Road.
No offense to the designer who done it, because he's a good guy, but it didn't quite capture the vision.
Yeah.
It's the same with Central Club now. Like, we've seen other ways it could have went, but and there were some good ones.
Yeah.
But that's what we see now, you know. And
I like it, you know. I like that.
Zach's gonna be so happy when you say
yeah,
that.
Ibby's clarification on that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Shout out Zach Avon as well.
Thank you, Zach.
Zach Avon.
Yeah, man. But you know, that's the whole Sage logo, man. The way it hit, like everything just clicked into place for me, you know, as a designer. And it was just something different. When I design, I try and create something that doesn't exist. And he had a vision that doesn't exist. So that means, yo, that goes into the design. Because if someone comes up to me with like, oh, I'm starting a clothing brand, bruv, how many clothing brands exist, man? Do you know what I mean? You have to come to me with something different, man. Something like revolutionary if you want to work with me, because that's what I want to do. I want to create revolutionary work. Exactly. He come to me with a revolutionary idea. He got a revolutionary logo for it. Do you know what I mean? That's just the way it works.
It was amazing, man. I remember the process and the design process, and
you've seen it firsthand. His design.
Yeah,
you're a master. You are an absolute master.
I appreciate that.
You know, it's just timeless. It's timeless, bro.
Yeah, Sage
Timeless
logo
precision.
It's different, man. There's levels.
I want to ask you this then, because obviously Cardiff right now is very successful in music, in everything.
It's coming up,
Yeah,
innit?
it's coming up.
You're an observant guy and you care about detail. So what is Cardiff missing?
Cardiff is missing. Jeez, you know,
I knew that question was going to trump it.
yo.
That was one of my things.
You know
I had
what?
to say, like, you know what?
My answer to that, yeah. You know, my studio. I feel like that's what Cardiff was missing. A place like my studio, a place that will just put people on to levels. Do you know what I'm saying? Levels, like light year levels, not like getting one plant into your room and that's levels. I mean, like levels. You know what I mean? So I grew because of exposure. Being exposed to different pieces of design and different people.
Yeah.
That's how I grew. And I feel like in Cardiff, people lack that, you know. In terms of design, there's not like a place that you can go to and really feel like you're being inspired, you know what I mean?
100%.
And every single person that goes to my studio, and leaves, they leave like their life has changed, bro. The messages I get from people,
so
people
true.
message,
It is a mad studio, bro.
People go to my studio, they leave and they send me messages like, leaving your studios makes me realize how messed up everything in Cardiff is. You know,
I can die.
I've said some bad things.
You said
That was kind of how this we held on for ages because we thought, nah. Remember when you come to here the first time, you're like, what, Ibby's been to the studio? No!
I said that.
Because that's what it is. Like, trust me, your studio is like
it's
the pinnacle.
Yeah, man, it's definitely levels, man. And again, the way that all happened, it took me 3 years to finalize the look with all the furniture, everything, to get that vision right. But at the same time, it's that place where people go and their mind just opens. You know what I mean? Like they can just sit there.
You need that haven,
and their mind just opens. Like you said, some of the best ideas about yourself happen when you're at my studio. Yo,
I remember. I can't believe you even said that. I can't believe you remembered that, bro. Because I remember saying that to you. The best things, some of the best thoughts I've ever had about myself have been in his studio that have helped me to get to the next stage of my life. Just sitting there in that curated space, it's just so inspiring.
You was there actually when we went on that walk a couple of months ago, and it was really nice weather. It weren't even summer, and that girl was sat on that tree, and she was writing, and we were by the water, and you was like, I don't know what it is about this place. It's just certain places you go just unlocks, you know, parts of your brain. And if you can suss that into an office where you're working every day,
environment,
you're laughing.
space,
your mental health will just be on how you think about your life. It's it will change your entire outlook on your life just because of how curated and conscious the space you're living in is.
And you know what? It's inviting and it's welcome to everybody. So when some people go, because I remember I used to go to spaces, and I always used to feel like a lot of people are never going to make it into this space, you know what I mean? Just because they create their own boundaries or they just don't know how to get there. So I was like, I want to create a space where people will go there and be like, I feel invited.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like I feel welcomed here.
How do you achieve that?
Do you know what I mean? That, again, this is something that I can't describe. It's like an instinct.
Yeah.
I'm very instinctive. The whole design is instinctive. You know,
nature, plants, stuff like that.
Yeah, there's lots of elements. You know, you gotta. There's ingredients. To put into the pot. You know what I mean? To create that.
Listen,
and nature is one.
We could go on for hours doing this, right?
Yeah.
But I want to just have a couple more things I want to know before you go. So obviously, you are successful if we can define it as a word, So where did your hunger come from now? It's like you've reached the top. Like where's your hunger coming from now inside?
You want to say something?
Sort of, that question's perfect. I was just going to say, like, for people who are aiming to reach that level, like, how do you go from there then? Where does it, I guess, like, what you're saying, where does it go from there in the sense, like, your mindset and, like, what's important?
Back to what you were saying about, about flow. I flowed up until this state where I'm at, right? Now, I just go where the flow takes me. So right now, my flow is on Cardiff, meaning that I'm getting inspired by all the people on the come up.
Yeah, nice.
Can you believe that? It's like completely reversed.
Yeah.
So now I'm like, because they're people, that are doing things from their truth. You know what I'm saying?
Not from US. Not
Do you know
from...
what I'm saying? Yes. They're building up from their truth, and they've been putting in the hours now, and now they shining. And because they shining, I just feel so good. Because for years, I just felt like
you didn't have that.
Yeah, I just felt like I was the only shining light, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? But now I got all these other people around me. I'm just like watching them, you know? I'm just having like a good time just seeing these guys go through their process and on the come up, and I feel so good.
Advice and...
Yeah, just watching them, man. If they reach out to me, which a lot of them do, is cool as well. But I'm just like so happy, you know, that these people exist now.
So what's next for Ibby Tarafdar?
So for me, like I said, man, I feel like at this point, I don't really know what's next, but I know whatever is next is going to find me, because it always does.
Yeah.
My whole life, up until this point, things have always found, or if there's something that just goes past, I know when to catch it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know when to jump. So
it's interesting, man, because you say what's next, but me and you have had a few discussions about something. I don't want to unveil too much, but you know, it's like we've been talking. So.
Reveal, please.
Well, it's nothing. You know,
Ibby's looking like, what are you saying, Tom?
No reveal,
there's
man.
nothing solid.
Yo, no reveal.
There's something I would like him to help me with.
Yeah.
But you know, that's all.
Tom,
Literally, that's
let him do his thing.
Yeah, man. Like there's stuff coming. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I don't rush my process. You know, like everything up until
trust
this
the
point,
process.
Everything up until this point has been organic. Pardon me. Everything up until this point has been organic, and I'm not gonna rush no process. So if the plant needs a little bit of time to grow, I'm gonna let it grow. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna overwater it or do anything out of character.
Is there anything you would like to say to the viewers? Anything inspirational to the young generation?
The story of how we met, man.
Oh, okay.
Let's go. We're running out of time.
Oh shit! How much we got?
Yo, just
how we only got 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Is it about 5 minutes? I know it's an hour and 20. I wish we could do that.
It goes quick.
Right. Let's just quickly just bang it in there then, right? Say, just say from the time when he was on about how you met. Just say now.
Yeah. Like me and yours, like our story is a crazy one, because that is a great example of the world and the energies working. Because I remember, I think it was like 2000. I don't remember, but it was a few years.
2012, maybe 2013.
Yeah, it was about
times.
2013, 2014. I was walking through town. I was with my girlfriend, and I see this guy with a nice barber jacket. Yeah, it was a nice jacket. Yeah, I remember at that time I was clocking people's clothes, and you come up to me and you're like, "Oh, bro, you took out your phone and it was dead." And you took out your phone and it's like,
dead phone or dead battery?
Nah, dead battery. And you were just like, "Oh, my phone is dead and I need to get on the bus. You know, I can't. I haven't got any money. Like, have you got any change?" I looked at your face, I looked at your jacket, and I was like, this guy needs some money, man, because, you know, he seems genuine. Do you know what I'm saying? He seems genuinely like he needs money. So I went into my pocket, I had £2, yeah, and I gave you that £2. And I remember I remember the exact feelings I was in. I gave you that £2 and I was like, I hope that guy gets home, man. Do you know what I mean?
That's amazing.
Yo, in my mind, I really thought, I don't even know the guy, but I thought, I hope that guy gets home. Do you know what I'm saying? And
it's mad, bro.
We walked away and my girlfriend was like, I'm not sure about that guy.
It is, bro. It is, because I've done it to so many people, bro.
Yeah.
It's like,
that is emotional. I swear down. That's amazing.
When he told me, when you mentioned it, like I was like, wow, because I knew your face from somewhere. And I knew it was from that time. Yeah. I didn't know how to mention it. Like, when like you kind of mentioned it before, but like it was like, and how I've met you now.
Yeah. But again, it's like, I gave him that £2. My girlfriend was like, I don't know about that guy. You know, she wasn't sure 100%. And I remember a few weeks later, I seen you in town again asking for somebody else. And I was like, damn, man, that guy let me down, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? I was like, oh, man.
It's mad, bro. So then people who don't know, obviously, being an addict, before I used to start shoplifting, I used to go into town. I pretend I was like a lost uni student, or I'm trying to get to Newport, and I used to basically beg. I never used to class it as begging because I weren't sat there, but it's blagging people for money and conning people. And I done it quite a bit, and it's so humbling to see me now, and it's embarrassing as well, but it's just mad that like our paths have crossed from there and to where I am now to where I was. Well, like it's just
but
like
even that, man, we haven't finished the story. Like, and then the next time I seen you, at the start of this 2021, I see you outside the cafe and I'm with Marcus and I see this guy and I recognize his face. I'm like, that's the guy that took the money from me, right? And he's like, yes boys, and I'm like, I keep my distance. I just spudded him and I was like, I just keep my distance because I still don't know about this guy, and just to end up here in this situation, bruv, that's like not just full circle, but it's the power of like also intention, like
that £2 got me somewhere.
Yeah, it got you home, bruv.
Yeah.
It got you home. This is home, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I went away that day. I was like, hope this guy gets home. He got home. Mad. Do you know what I'm saying?
In a bigger picture, I'm home.
Yeah, like metaphorically.
It's
like,
deep. It's deep. Honestly, man. Honestly, like
it's honestly, bro. Honestly.
Because the first time we seen each other, since then, I could tell you was observant. Then the next time you was like, okay, so you're sorted. Yeah. I want to tell you something. And when you told me, I was like,
nah, it's
but you're right.
Honestly, man, it's beautiful,
Colin, make sure you give that to him, bro.
I've given him a coffee, but there we go.
What's this, bro? Shit.
No, get home.
Love that, man.
Why didn't you give me that £2 before? I would have done it.
That's so funny, man.
Oh, man, no, listen, right?
That's like,
bro,
that story has a lot to it.
A lot, bro.
Yeah.
Do you know what?
A lot. People need to listen to that story and just process it for a little bit, you know what I mean?
100%. 100%.
How did this happen? The guy that asked me for money. We're here.
I'm not interviewing you.
Oh, bro.
How?
It's a funny old world, isn't it?
Do you know what I mean? Like,
that's a nice way to end it, bro. Before you go, though, we would like to do what we do to all our guests, is a little what you rather question. Just a couple of light-hearted ones. Please try and answer one or the other, because I know you like to, go deep into questions and stuff.
What do you want me to say? Like,
it's one or the other, mate.
Quick fire.
Oh, quick fire shit. Okay, let's go.
Okay, then. What would you rather? Who would you rather work again with, Jay-Z or Floyd?
Jay-Z.
I thought he was going to be there for hours then.
No.
American music or British music?
American.
If you could choose one book to read for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Oh, shit.
I knew you were going to get trumped on that one, man.
Flow.
Essentialism.
Essentialism. And what's that about?
How to be essential.
Just essential, yeah. Mild or spice?
Spice.
By any means necessary or peaceful protest?
By any means necessary.
I knew you were going to say that.
The hell?
And just a couple random ones. Would you rather explore deep sea or deep space?
Ooh. That's
quick
deep.
fire, man.
Deep space.
This was a no-brainer when I thought I'd chuck it in there. Costa or Starbucks?
Starbucks.
None. And what we say to everyone of our guests, if you had 2 superpowers, one for yourself, one to help others, what would they be?
Straight off the bat like that?
Yeah.
Damn, man.
We've had some good ones. No pressure.
No pressure.
Bruv.
Maybe give people £2.
£2, the £2 hero.
Yeah,
£2 hero. Jeez, I don't know, man, about that. I can't really.
All right, what for yourself as a superpower as a kid? What did you always want to be?
I didn't have a plan of what I wanted to be. You know.
I know, just as in like, don't deep it. Like, could you fly? Invisible.
Yeah, invisibility and flying. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, and then to help other people. So like, I don't know.
How would you help humanity if you could do one?
Would you cure world hunger? Would you
I would fucking open their minds, man.
Thank you.
Amazing.
That's it. Listen, guys, thank you. Oh, Ibby, man, it was such a pleasure. And if we could have you in the future again, I'm sure you're going to do some other great things in life and help other people. So thank you so much from the bottom of my heart,
honestly,
from everyone else.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
I want to thank our cameramen as well, as they are now our new team.
Yeah, big up
Harrison, thank you so much. Thank you to Callum with the sound.
Super 8 Productions, honestly.
Super 8 Productions. It's a wrap. See you soon.
Yes.
The Central Club.